Good afternoon. Welcome to Mrs. Virgo Nixon Lit Station. It's time to drop some educational tea for my young females on how I found out about me being diagnosed with cancer. Just get emotional. I don't know how I'm going to act. First of all, this is an educational thing. I'm not trying to make anybody feel mad or anybody feel degraded as a woman. Just to give everybody a heads up. This could get real graphic and detailed. But I need for the women to know what to look for and when to be seen by your primary care doc and GYN. So let's get started. First of all, I'd like to tell all my B babies I love y'all. Thank you for being a supporter. Please continue to share and subscribe and like. For people that's not interested, you can always switch on by. Nobody is forcing you to be here. Thank you for stopping by in the meantime. Now, this is about to be a very, very, very touchy subject. Come on, kid. Come on, kid. Okay. So, I got engaged to my husband in 2016. I'm sorry, the beginning of 2017. I'm already nervous. This is a very touchy subject. To my fans and followers that's been following me since day one on my Facebook and Instagram, I know y'all been waiting for this story because y'all was the ones that followed me through the tears, the pain, the sweat, everything. So, I just want to say that y'all deserve this story as well. Y'all was worried about me and stuff. Sorry about that, y'all. So I get engaged. Excuse me. Well, yeah, I get engaged. And first of all, let me start from the beginning. Before I got engaged, I've always had irregular menstrual cycles. I used to bleed out from my mid 20s all the way up until I turned 40 for my surgery. I went back and forth to the hospital trying to figure out what's going on. I had multiple blood transfusions. 2010, I was on my way to work, and the people called the ambulance for me because I was bleeding out vaginally, and I didn't know. And I woke up 2 days later in the hospital. So, young ladies, teenage girls, please, if you have these signs, run to your gynecologist and your primary care doctor because you could help yourself. I ran to the doctors, but we're gonna get into that. But you help yourself in the fact of you being able to have children as well. I kept going back and back and back since I was 25, all the way until I was great turn 40. Kept going back. They put me on different types of birth control pills, and I want to talk to y'all about that too. I started smoking cigarettes. It's been going on 6 years now, and I was taking birth control from my teens all the way up to my mid 20s, and then I stopped. But if you are taking birth control, I didn't read the warning signs and stuff like that. I didn't read the side effects or nothing like that. If you are taking birth control, you cannot smoke cigarettes. You cannot smoke cigarettes. You cannot smoke marijuana. It's a lot of side effects from birth control that they're not telling anybody as well. Um, so I always told my husband at the time we was just in a relationship and I just got engaged, but I had already told him about my menstrual cycle and how I come on and how they gave me birth control to stop it and um menopause shot, all kinds of stuff, but never ever sent me to get a DNC. That is when they cut a piece of your skin off your vagina to run and see if you have any type of illnesses or any type of cancer cells. So one day, my husband at the time, which was my fiance, I thought I flushed the toilet, but I had had a menstrual cycle in like 2 years. So when it came with the vengeance, and now I'm 40. So my tolerance for the pain back then and now was totally different. Like I was so balled up on the couch, y'all, like I couldn't move. It hurt to stand, all of that. So he comes home, I'm in the living room. I'm watching TV. I just hear him come out and be like, babe. I'm like, yeah, babe. He was like, did that just come out of you? I said, what just come out of me? He's talking about it's blood in the toilet. I said, yeah. Oh, I thought I flushed it. He said, oh, no. O-H, no. Hell, no. We are going to the emergency room tomorrow. We go to the emergency room. We get there around 9:30. It was my husband's only day off for that week. Do you know they had me sitting in there and they did my blood pressure and vitals like 4 different times? Around 1 o'clock in the morning, they said that they didn't know what was wrong with me and that I should be fine and to take Tylenol. And if I have any more symptoms, to come back to the emergency room or ER or urgent care. Oh, my husband wasn't trying to hear that. No. He went off so bad, y'all. He went off so bad I didn't even know who he was. And that's the truth. Like he be so laid back and quiet. It takes a lot to get him into that type of mode. So Ooh, this is a lot. But y'all need to know, I don't want no female going through what I'm going through now. Um, I'm sorry. If I would have known then what I know now, I would have made them do more. But I made them hurry up and fix me so I could go back to work and provide for me and my siblings when my mom needed me. Now I don't even talk to any of my siblings except for my brother and my sister. It's crazy. But that'll be another story time. So we he fuss or whatever, they take me in a bed, they run tests or whatever. They tell me that I need to go see a GYN. I go see the GYN. She try to give me a pap smear and try to put the ultrasound thing in my vagina. It was so messy she couldn't get a reading. So she gave me a referral to get a DNC. They put you on it when you get a DNC. Um, you're under for 90 minutes, but it feel like 5 because of the anesthesia. They told me, well, Miss T, if everything is okay, blah, 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 you'll hear from us in 5 to 7 business days. If it's something that we find is serious, you'll hear from us in 2 business days. So at the time that I was waiting, I was joking, smoking with my husband. He's my fiance at the time. My little brother Russell was there at the time. He was staying with us also. So I was like, no BS, but what if it's cancer? Scary. I should have never said that. Be careful what you say. Because I should have never said that. As soon as I said that, the following day, they told me and my husband I had to rush to come back. So now I'm in a frantic. I'm always worried when it comes to my health and people I love. So, and I love me. So, We get in there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I knew this was going to happen. Even though it was in 2017, it's just something that as a woman, I haven't been the same since they gave me this surgery. But we get in there and they like, let me see, we seen cancer cells. You have endometrial cancer, which is the cancer that starts in the uterus and work its way to your cervix. When I tell y'all I was devastated, devastation is an understatement. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Then they tell me, well, Miss V, because I wanted to have a kid with my husband, what I did choose to get married, but in reality, I was messing with girls for 20 years. I thought I was going to have a wife. I really didn't think I was going to have children, but I didn't think I couldn't have children. I thought it was going to be difficult, but I didn't think I wasn't able to have them at all. So then this is when the reality sits in. Whew, my fans, when y'all see this, y'all don't even know I went through all this. But I need to share it because I don't want no young female like myself, back then believing what them doctors saying and letting them push you out the door. Don't let them do that. Get a second opinion and put yourself first. I put my family and my working first before myself. And that's my fault. But he was saying they couldn't travel, only in the uterus and the cervix. But if they was to remove it now, they was remove it now, that I would be cancer free. So of course, the first thing everybody asks is, do I got to take chemo or radiation? That's the first thing that came out my mouth. They said, no, if you get the surgery, you should be fine. It's going to be the hormone change because we're trying to leave both of your ovaries so you won't, hey y'all, so you won't um have a hormonal change so badly, like you won't go through menopause and stuff like that. So at the time, like I said, my husband was my fiance. We get to the house, we trying to talk about it. Of course, he's not trying to talk about it because the doctor also said it was a 50-50 chance that if I waited because I was 40 to try to have a kid, and it was 50-50% chance that I could get pregnant, and it was a 50-50 chance that I couldn't get pregnant, and that the endometrial could spread all of my uterus and my on my cervix. So we get home. I'm trying to talk to babe. He not trying to hear none of it, yo. None of it. Like he like, you're important. Yes, I don't have no kids, but what I look like trying to have a child with you, and then you wind up don't get pregnant, and then you get the cancer, and then I don't have a kid or you. He was like, no. He was like, it's not even up for discussion. So I remember exactly the day I got it. I got on my nephew Tristan's birthday. Of course, we go back. Whew. Talk to him again about the surgery and the procedure. I told my husband then, I said, watch it be on one of my nieces and nephew's birthday. Just watch. One of my grandkids' birthday. Because I got two adopted children, they grown. And I got two grandchildren. So I go in there, they like, yeah, March 27th. Tristan, anybody that follow my page on my Instagram and my Facebook, know I love and adore my niece and nephews. Like Tristan has a fan base on my page right now to this day since I started modeling 8 years ago. Like the females was so in love with him. He was 3 years old. I had him on my live. He would have over like 300 something likes, emojis. Like Tristan is the man. He is because look at his aunt. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing that was going through my head. So I'm like, I told her to her face, I said, I don't care what happens. Don't let me die on my nephew's birthday. I'm his favorite aunt. And this will be the first birthday I miss. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need a second. Sorry. This is a very touchy subject for me. Excuse me. I'm doing this because young girls need to know that if they have these kind of issues, to go and see your doctor. So I get the procedure done. I'm under. Y'all, my anxiety, I'm not even gonna lie, it was on 1,000. Like, you know, when they sit there and say, how's your pain level? How's your anxiety? Like, is it between 0 to 10? It was through 1,000. I'm supposed to be asleep. Do y'all know I'm in the emergency room? Like, I'm in the surgical room. They didn't gave me the anesthesia to put me under. I'm like this. What's that for? What's this for? What you gonna do with that? What's that for? And how long that's gonna take? And what you need that for? I'm supposed to be unconscious, but my anxiety level then took over the medication. So now the doctors are worried. Like I hear them talking to each other. Because when you get surgery, it's not one doctor, it's somebody in there for at least 7 different things. So when you get a procedure done, don't be scared or paranoid because it's going to be at least like 10, maybe 12 the different doctors in there for something for one procedure. So they like, well, Miss T, you know, you're supposed to be asleep. So I start laughing. I'm like, well, my anxiety is on 1,000. I don't know when I'm gonna go to sleep, but mind you, my surgery was 8 o'clock in the morning. I had to be there at 6. So it's like by the time I got in the bag, they did the vitals and all that, and you sign the paperwork and all that stuff. They ask you if you want to make a will. I'm just saying, from my point of view, I'm never gonna make a will. Period. Till I get to that age where though I feel like that these are my last days. You writing that will to me writing that will is saying that my life is about to end. And I ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm young. So me even writing that will was straight off the market and oblivious to me. Like I told him to get that out my face. Not writing no will, but I'll sign these papers for y'all to do this procedure. So I get the procedure done. I wake up, straight start throwing up, yo. Off top. Blech, everywhere. Everywhere. All the water, all the ginger ale, because you know when you get a procedure, they let you drink fluids, but they gotta be see-through, but you can't eat food. So now that they coming in to check on me, now I woke up and I threw up all over the daggone place. Now it's over, it's 100 over out of 100 people, at least 30 people, 30% of people, individuals throw up when they come out of anesthesia. Of course, I would be one of those people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, really? Not only do I wake up throwing up, it's taking me to my room now. My husband said I was so nasty. At the time, he was just my fiance. He said I was so nasty. He said I got up off the bed, told him don't touch me. I got this. He said I was pushing the nurses. I don't remember none of this, y'all. None of this. He said I was pushing the nurses. I went in the room and went on the bed by myself. So I wake up like 5 something in the morning because I had to go to the bathroom. Now it then got real. You see what I'm saying? Get up. Now the anesthesia. You gotta remember, y'all, after y'all get surgery, they give y'all, you still under anesthesia, but they give you pain medicine and everything else after they finish cutting you open or whatever they're gonna do. So I get up. I usually sleep on my stomach, but I would sleep on the side, which is weird to me. But probably because it was a hospital bed. They're only like a twin. They're small as hell. So I go to sit up. When I tell you, I have never in my 43 years on this planet, and I have been busting the head with a 40 bottle stitches and everything because I'm from the streets. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I done calmed down because I'm older and not matured. You grow into your maturity, and I grew into my maturity, but I was a piece of work. I ain't even gonna say act like I'm a saint because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to get up, yo, I stood up. I'm sitting up. I'm like, oh my God, my side. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, what is, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, the medicine is going off. So I go to stand up and I got, they still got me on the IVs and stuff. So I got the pole with me. So, no needles and stuff will come out my arm. When I stood up, y'all, I swear to God, I can feel whatever they did shifting. It felt like this while I'm walking to the bathroom. This is what I'm feeling in the inside, moving back and forth, switching. It hurt to pee because for females that hasn't gotten a hysterectomy, let me make this clear for y'all. A regular hysterectomy comes through your belly button. That is how you get a hysterectomy, partial or regular hysterectomy. I got a partial hysterectomy because they left my ovaries. And from me having this cancer, this is where it comes in different, ladies and gentlemen. From me having this cancer, they started in my belly button. They finished it bringing it through my vaginal because they had to scrape my cervix. So not only do I have stitches on the outside, people, I have stitches down there too. I'm peeing, and I swear I feel like I'm a ballerina like I did when I was a little girl. I'm on the toilet, but I'm halfway off the toilet and I'm on my tippy toes. Because I didn't have no catheter. I had to use the bathroom manually. So it was supposed to be an overnight procedure. This is when everything goes crazy. So my mom said that Trisha had his birthday party. He kept looking for me. He was like, where's on K? Where's on K? She told him that the doctors had to fix me. He didn't want his party. He stomped off, left his company, all of that. So that made me cry when I called him up the next day. Excuse me. When they give you a hysterectomy and you go in your room, they leave pads in case you bleed. You see what I'm saying? So I wasn't bleeding. I wasn't bleeding when I got my procedure. Thank you, Jesus. I wasn't bleeding either one. But this is when the BS starts. Mind you, I said I'm supposed to have been in there for a day. Overnight procedure. Get it done that morning. Make sure blood pressure, everything's good. Leave the next day. No, sir. No, ma'am. That's not how it worked for me. I was in there on the 27th. That was a Monday. I got out Friday night. Came back. Came back Sunday morning. and got out again Tuesday. So now I'm about to break it down to you what happened. They like, oh, are you bleeding? I said, no. Oh, okay. Well, we're not worried about it. You know, your blood level is 10.0. Boop, boop, boop. Everything looks fine. You know, we're going to see what happens. Boop, boop, boop. All right, cool. The next day, they come in again and ask me. This is the second day. What's up? Yeah, Miss T, are you bleeding? No. Why do y'all keep asking me that? No, I'm not bleeding. Mind you, my fiance, my husband now, was there every day except this day. I was great cuss. This day, this morning, I'm asleep. This is Wednesday. It's like 6:30 in the morning. They come in there, the team, Dr. Winnington, one did my surgery. She come in, she like, Miss T, we gotta take you right now. You're not bleeding, but your blood level was 10.0. Now it's 6 point this. We gotta put you under, but you'll be woke for the procedure. We need to make sure that you are not internally bleeding. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how it is when you first wake up, you're still trying to focus. And then they woke you up anxiously. So my mind is still trying to process all of this. Man, listen. When I say you, I was terrified. They put this blue thing over top of me, blue cover like they do, like I guess when a female get a C-section and stuff like that. I could see all them running around, but I couldn't see what they was doing behind this curtain, but it was in front of me, like across my chest. Um, they put something in my IV. Then I was woke. They said I was gonna have, they said they was gonna put me on anesthesia, but I was gonna be woke for this procedure. And I was woke. I was not asleep. So they did something to my thigh, and I felt them pushing something down my thigh. So I was like I said, they woke me up in the middle of the night. They woke me up in the middle of the morning, and I don't get up that early. I do get up early in the morning, but not that early. So when I did finally calm down, I wound up falling back to sleep, which probably was the best thing for them because I heard them saying that, you know, Miss T blood pressure is going up. It was 120 over 80. Now it's like 145 over 100, you know, so because I was scared. I didn't know what was going on. And y'all just snatched me out my room. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, this procedure. I I wake up, I throw up again because of the anesthesia. Not as much because I wasn't under that long. They tell me later on when he comes and visit me in my room later on that afternoon, they come in and tell me that my veins are small and that my blood was pumping slowly, but I didn't have no internal bleeding. Thank you, Jesus. That's always a thank you, Jesus. So, whew, the fourth day, I'm sorry, the third day, third or fourth day, one of them. Now, the blood is fine. They didn't took my blood, everything is working, boo, boo, boo. Now, a chick can't eat. If you do not know, if you get any procedure that has anything to do with your insides, your kidney, your stomach, your anal, your anus, anything that has anything to do with your stomach, if you cannot make a bowel movement, you might as well get comfortable because you're not going home. So if you can't eat, you're not going home. So the bowels was working, but the food wasn't. Anything I ate kept coming up. Didn't matter. Soda, water, juice, apple, whatever, it was coming up. So now I'm irritated because I'm like, I'm never gonna get to go home. I'm never gonna be able to see my nephew. His birthday just passed. Like I'm gonna be in here forever. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So Thursday, they gave me something to settle my stomach. And I was eating. I was fine. I get home. I'm still okay. Mind you, I'm supposed to go home and get in the bed. No. I went to go see Tristan. My nieces and nephews will always have my heart. I will live for them and I will die for them. I'm that kind of realist. They are our future. And I want to make sure that they are safe. And if him seeing my face is gonna make him smile, so be it. Mind you, I'm in pain. I got stitches, I got holes, I got bruises, I got everything all over my stomach. He see me on key, on key, on key. He jump on me. I'm like, wait a minute, Tristan. He like, what's wrong? I show him my stomach. All the rest of my nieces and nephews there. I got twin nieces, all of them. So they just all run up to me like, on key, on key. So I'm like, I'm gonna get some water. He's like, no, 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 I got it. The cutest thing I ever seen in my life, y'all. I swear, the cutest. For him to be 5 at that time, he went to go get me the water. I'm sitting in the room having a conversation with my mom while he's gonna get the water. When I tell you he was the cutest, he was spilling it, trying to help me, spilling it everywhere. By the time he got to me, it was a half a cup. He sat next to me. My nieces sat next to me. They all fell asleep on me. And then I got up and went home. I get home Saturday morning. I'm fine. Yeah, I got pain, but they gave me pain medicine. They gave me morphine pills and everything. When I tell y'all I was high as Fat Charles, what? ASS, yo, I was high. I don't take medication like that, but the pain was that unbearable. Saturday, I get home, and my husband, now this is my husband, he's my fiance at the time, he's at work. So I'm home by myself. My best friend comes and check on me. She's spending time with me and stuff like that to make sure I'm okay because I'm on the third floor in the apartment. I can't go up and down steps. So this is when the reality set in. I go look at my stomach because I'm model. And I do fashion. I take care of myself. I take care of my body the best way I can, the best way I know how. So seeing that, depression automatically kicked in. I've never seen my body scarred up. I closed all the blinds in my apartment. I had sheets all over the place. I had sheets on my mirrors, and I have a lot of mirrors because I love mirrors. I didn't even want to look in the mirror. I thought I was the most ugliest, disgusting thing on the planet. And I never felt that way about myself. I gotta finish it. I gotta finish it. I never felt that bad in my life. And they said I was gonna go through a hormonal change because of the partial hysterectomy. So I, I'm fine from what I know. Then when I woke up, well, no, hold up, I'm going too fast. I seen the scars later on that morning, but I woke up in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom like around 4 or something, 5 something in the morning. And when I woke up, when I tell you that the hormonal change, women, is serious, oh my God. My fiance, which is my husband now, he woke me up because he thought I peed in the bed because I sleep in the complete dark. I don't need no TV on, nothing like that. Like I like sleeping in the dark. But he wakes me up, he like, babe, oh my God. I wake up, y'all. It looked like somebody took a hose. It hosed me down. So I guess my hormones was trying to balance itself out because now I'm not at the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I just got home. Man, it looked like somebody did the cooler challenge on me. Like my hair was dripping, all of that. Like I was freaking out. I ain't never, ever endured nothing like that. So I'm like, whoa. So I thought, and I'm gonna tell people now, don't go on Google if you got any side effects or anything, because that's how I messed up. It was like once they told me this, Any little thing that I had a problem with, I go on Google, and don't go on Google because Google will make you think that you ready to die right then and there. So don't go on there. My mom, it got so bad that my husband and my mom had to take Google off my phone. That's how bad I was Googling, y'all, after this happened. So I my best friend come over, she like, Key, you don't need to be sitting in the dog like this. You need to get up, you need to do this. I'm not paying her no mind. Because like I said, I love me and I don't like how I'm looking. Then I wake up Sunday and I can't move. Like I stood up and I couldn't move. I couldn't sit, I couldn't lay. I was in that much pain. It hurt to even try to use the bathroom, yo. I was in so much pain. So now my fiance, which is my husband now, he is over it, child. Like he's over it. He's done. You know what I'm saying? Like I call them, they tell me to come back in because I must have some type of infection. Because I only been gone, I only been gone for 2 days. So I shouldn't be in pain. You know what I'm saying? So I get there and one of the doctors that was in there, she was a different specialist when I got my surgery. She called me, Key. She didn't call me by my last name. She called me Key because we was kicking it and stuff before I went under. She was real nice and stuff. Black, she's black, young, young. So the GYN, the African, she is trying to force because, like I said, I had stitches in the inside. So she's trying to use the pap smear to insert in me. Mind you, I just had surgery a week ago. This surgery, if you ever, and I don't want anybody, I would not wish this on my worstest enemy. I don't want any female to ever endure this or encounter this. But if you ever do get endometrial cancer, I thank God that I didn't have to get chemo and radiation. That is always a blessing. But the healing part, oh, is nothing that you would ever want to imagine. Ever. So I tell him, he hears them on the phone, speakerphones. I had them on speakerphone. I'm in the living room. I didn't know that he heard them. So when I go in there, my baby is crying. And he's so over it, y'all. He can't even look at me because they said I had to come back. He met me at the hospital. I had with my sister, V, and they went to go put that pacemaker thing in me. I swear to God, I did not know who that female was on that bed. When they put that pacemaker in me, I never heard no scream like that come out of me in my whole entire life. So I'm screaming, I'm crying. My husband gets there probably like a half an hour while I'm in the back. So the nurse that called me Key, she comes over there. She's like, Key, we have to put our fingers in your vaginal to make sure your stitches is in place and that they are not infected. Because she made her take it out. She said, why are you still sitting there trying to force it? And you hear how she's screaming, something is wrong, take that out. You know what I'm saying? So she took it out. She had to take a deep breath. She checked around for my stitches. They said everything was fine. So stitches wise. Now, mind you, I said I was under. So I don't know what was said with my husband and the doctors and stuff like that after, saying I came out of procedure. So they give me x-rays and they give me a CAT scan. Yo, when I tell you my mother-in-law, my mom and my husband was extremely pissed off beyond oblivious because like I said, I was out. You see what I'm saying? So they told them to give me antibiotics because they cut me open. They told them that I'd be fine, that I didn't need it. Whole time, the reason that my vaginal is in pain, y'all, is because they did not give them or me my antibiotics to take home. So my liver That's what was causing the pain. If you do not know, if you ever catch an infection with your body, male or female, your kidney and your liver, because I took up nursing, your kidney and your liver tries to fight off the infection. If your kidney and your liver cannot fight off the infection, it inflames those two main organs, whichever one they can attack first. So my kidneys was fine. I didn't have no pain in my kidneys. It was underneath my stomach. My liver was inflamed because they didn't give me the antibiotics to take home. So I was in the hospital for an extra 2 days. You see what I'm saying? Know your procedure that you're getting. Read up on it. Still read what they give you too, but read up on it for yourself. Young ladies, if you are bleeding and your menstrual cycle is real heavy and it does not look normal, I don't care what they say, go get a second opinion. Do not take their word for it, because that's what I did. And now I cannot have children. And that's hurtful. Because I wanted a kid when I got married. But I guess God had other plans for me. So this is when the healing process comes. I go to work after the 4 months of healing. I do a photo shoot. That's the one with the green dress with the blonde wig. Because my husband, I was great quitting everything. That's how depressed I was. I was about to stop by violent everything. I didn't want to deal with social media. I didn't want to deal with my fans, my followers, nobody. Like, that's how hard it was. So I go back to work and I think that I'm fine. You see what I'm saying? I felt like I was ready, but I wasn't. A regular people doing my manager thing. See a kid and my depression automatically set in. Because this is the first kid I've seen in 4.5 months. And the depression and the reality set in because I'm barren. What that woman is experiencing, I'll never find out. She had the baby, he's about 2, and she's pregnant again. My depression automatically kicked in. It kicked in so bad I walked off the job. I didn't even tell them I was leaving. That's how over it I was. So I started blaming myself. When I was going through that depression, I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are married to somebody or you in a long-term relationship with somebody and you are going through depression or any kind of hurting thing and your partner doesn't feel what you're feeling, then that person ain't in love with you the way you're in love with them. And even though I was going through my depression, mind you, I say we wasn't married yet. I was only engaged. His weight was going up and down. He wasn't eating. He wasn't sleeping. He thought I didn't see it, but I seen it because I was going through my depression as well, trying to adapt to the fact of this is something that I can't change. This is something I can't fix like I do with everybody else. I asked him why did he cry, didn't come to the hospital with me. He never said anything, y'all. And this is when it get real. Because I didn't notice, like I said, I got this surgery March 27th of 2017. This man is so attentive and is in love with me like I'm in love with him, that I thought I was in depression for 6 months. He said I was in depression for a year and 8 months. You see what I'm saying? How do you not know that about yourself? Whereas though in my mind, it was only 6 months. No, ma'am, no, sir. No, ma'am, no, sir. So December of last year, ladies and gentlemen. Mind you, I said the surgery was in 2017. And I was wondering why he was so overprotective about me and why he changed the way he did. Like he always was protective about me, but he really changed. So one day we was up there smoking, just chilling. And he said, I want to tell you something. Because my husband is the type of person where he suppresses his feelings. Whereas though you seen me, I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing this for sympathy. I'm a very passionate and emotional person. And when it's a touchy subject for me, I get emotional. I am an emotional person. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't have emotions. Any person that try to act like that is not human. I don't care what nobody say. All humans have some type of emotion when it comes to something that's important to them. And, he was telling me, and he's like, I don't want you to get mad. So you know me, why would I get mad? You see what I'm saying? What's wrong? So now females. Our mind will go way over the rainbow if you let us try to figure out what's going on with you. The same way y'all feel about us men, we feel the same way about y'all. You know what I'm saying? We try to guess what's wrong with y'all. So when I tell you that my mouth and my face hit the floor when he told me this, it made so much sense the way he said it. He said, I watched you die. I said, excuse me? Wait a minute, what? You know what I'm saying? What did you just say, babe? I watched you die. What? The same way I'm saying what the way my face is now, that's how I was. What? Babe, what are you talking about? I'm grabbing his face. What are you talking about? I'm just making him look at me. What are you talking about? When you had your surgery, I had to make the decision on your life. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Who? On top of me having endometrial cancer, I already had polycystic ovaries. If you don't know what polycystic ovaries are, they are cysts that sit on your ovaries on the outside. And they can grow and it can be more than one. He said when I was in there getting my surgery, remember I told you they said that I was keeping both of my ovaries. I only have one. My ovary on the left side, when they tried to remove it, when they tried to remove whatever was behind it, it started hemorrhaging. And I died. Mind you, I told you I got this surgery in March 27th. Of 2017. And my husband now, which was my fiance then, when I got the procedure, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, has just told me December of last year, which is 2020, which means my husband has been suppressing this feeling just to protect my feelings. And the depression that I was going through. He kept that in, y'all. When I tell you God sent me an awesome man, yo, I know I couldn't have did this by myself. I told him I wouldn't have got it done. I wouldn't have got it done. Because I was doing me. I was single. I was living life. I wouldn't have got it done. I definitely would have passed away. I know me. I definitely would have passed away if I did not have him that loved me and we were supposed to be getting married. Right before I got my procedure. And before I found out what was going on with me, I had just got engaged. Do y'all understand? Before I even knew I had cancer. Yo, God is something else, yo. But he's amazing because I'm here. And it was hard. I'm writing a book on my life right now. It was hard. It was hard. It was a hard pill to swallow. I'm telling y'all this story because us as women, because this polycystic ovary, some Caucasian women get it, but it's mainly in African women. Endometrial cancer is mostly in African women. We are the ones that get it. I don't want nobody to get it if it was up to me. I would never want nobody to feel what I'm feeling. The reason I'm crying is because I came a long way since that surgery. And I want to share my story with my V babies that's been following me for the last 10 plus years on my Facebook and Instagram. I know they're not on here right now, but they'll see it because a lot of them be working and stuff. I'm free at the moment because usually I do my recordings late at night. But I want this YouTube thing to go off and I want it to excel. I want people to share my stories. I want people to know that you're not alone. I want people to know that, I want to talk about, you know, human trafficking, our kids killing each other, um, woman empowerment, LGBT community, the good in them, because they are not all bad. You will be very surprised how loving and adorable the gay community can be. Like, it's just the ones that some of y'all run into, just like normal people, drama, 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 drama. That's all it is. But they are really sweet people. I'm one of them. Even though I'm married to my husband, I am well respected in the LGBT community. I was messing with females for 20 years, people. And through this experience of me marrying my husband and all the stuff that I went through, it let me know who was really, really, really there for me. And that was my husband. Yeah, my mom, she called here and there, check on me every day. She didn't come visit. My brothers and them got cars. I'm not driving at the moment. I will be by next year. But when that happened, wasn't driving. Had cars only 10 minutes away. Nobody didn't come and see me. Nobody didn't come and check on me. Only my husband and my family on his side, because his family is my family. I seen my mother-in-law more than I seen my own mom. You see what I'm saying? I feel like mothers and fathers are anywhere. It don't have to be biological. You can find a mother and father anywhere, whatever makes you feel comfortable and you feel like that is the safest safe haven for you. Trust and believe. I have adopted mothers too. I love my mother, but I have adopted mothers too. It happens. But I wanted y'all to know what's going on, my regular followers, and I wanted my new followers to know what's going on, Mrs. Virgo. I call my subscribers V babies. Um, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, it's the same. No, I don't think it's the same name. I think I left it on Mrs. Virgo Be More Real. I'm not sure. Hold on. Yeah, it still say Mrs. Virgo Be More Real for my Instagram and my TikTok. I don't know this person. And my TikTok is Devon Taylor Nixon one, the number one. All together. You cannot just add yourself on my TikTok. You have to send a friend request. That is private. You can add yourself on my Instagram and my Facebook. My Facebook is Virgo. Mrs. Virgo Be More Real Nixon. That's my oop. That is my Facebook page, fan page. My Facebook and my fan page on Facebook is Miss V. So with that being said, ladies, keep up with your health. You only got one body, people. One. Don't abuse it. If you can save yourself and you can do better for yourself, do that. Say that. Be that. But don't just give up on yourself. Don't just be like, don't just be like, oh, it's fine, because that's what I was doing. Oh, they gave me the medicine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But then when it came down to it, it's not fine. I'm fine now, by the grace of God. Thank you, Jesus. But it wasn't fine. That healing process was a bitch. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Mentally, emotionally, physically, all of it. I'll be sharing more because I've been on here for an hour. But I know I was gonna be on here for a minute because it was a lot of stuff that happened with that during that procedure and afterwards, after the procedure. So I will be sharing other stories. Um, crime rates in Baltimore, missing and kidnapping cases. I'll be sharing a lot of stuff because my cousin is one of the people that is on the homicide for missing. He was found, but it's still an open case, and that was in 2016. And that was my favorite big cousin. But I'm definitely going to do a story about him as well, and other individuals that are missing. Um, this is things that are important. I will be doing pranks and stuff too once my fan base gets bigger, me and my husband. But right now, I just want to touch bases on what's going on in the now and how can we help others to excel and to help save our children because our children is lost. just like this world is lost. There's a lot of negativity going on in and our children is sucking it in day by day. And this is what's going on with us now. You have to remember that my nieces and nephews and my grandkids and my children, they grown, but my grandkids and stuff like that, like this is their generation. They're coming up in this. Whereas though we didn't have to come up in this, they're coming up in this. I'm going to talk to kids about trusting people online. Because that's how a lot of our females are getting snatched people. Because the parents are so frustrated at this point that they just letting their kids do whatever. But that's what's getting our kids snatched as well. They trusting these people they see online. They go visit them behind their parents' backs, and then you don't see them no more. Or, Lord forbid, their body was found. We have to do better. Because once I make enough money off of this, me trying to open up my clothing line and modeling line of my own, like I'm trying to do a lot of projects at one time. I'm everywhere right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still making time for this because this is my platform. My managers and they want me to get on here because they said I got stories that could really help people out here that's scared to say what's really going on with them. And if I can help another person and bring positivity in their life, why not? Why not? Because once I make enough money anyway, I'm coming back. I'm in Baltimore right now. But once we move out of state in the next 2 to 3 years, and my bands is the way I want them to be, I'm coming back. Because I want to open up 2 homeless shelters. Because they don't care about the homeless in my city. There's no way, 2 years ago, a homeless person was frozen in front of City Hall. There's no way. And y'all didn't do anything. But that is another story time. We'll come back to that. But the ones that did watch, I just want to say thank you for coming by. And thank you for tuning in. And I just want to say I love y'all V babies and the new V babies as well. Like and subscribe. Be safe on these streets. Be safe around these new people that you meet. And I'm out.